All right, welcome to our Sunday night team call, everybody. My name is James McLeod, and this is my wife, Audrey. We are calling in tonight from Knoxville, Tennessee, and it is December 2nd. We are already in the last month of 2018. Does anybody else feel like 2018, like just we snapped and we just left New Year's kickoff like last week? We were all fired up, and now we're rounding the corner, and here we go, closing out 2018. Just if you would, in the chats, let's get the chats going. Type in the chats how 2018, if you had to sum it up in one word or one or two words, how has 2018 been for you? Let's wait and get some of these chats going. I'd love to hear from you guys as we're kind of talking about ending the year strong.
The best. We got a new honeymooner in the house. Jamie Lynn got married to the love of her life a couple months ago. What else? How would you summarize one word?
Trisha, amazing. Love it. Fast and yes, fast. Let's keep them coming. These calls, guys, if you're just tuning in, if you're new to these calls are meant to be engaging. So the more we all engage, the more we all get out of it. Lane said grateful. Yes, I would absolutely say.
What would you say?
If I had to say one word, 2018, man, it would be growth.
I was gonna say that.
You were gonna say growth?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, we're one.
Wow, it's like we're on the.
Yeah.
I know. I would say growth for what I feel like I've experienced personally, and what we've experienced as a team. Carson said, "Change." I love it.
I thought you were about to say something.
No, go ahead.
Okay. And there really has been so much growth. In fact, I want to take a moment to shout out Chelsea Taylor, who isn't on this line right now because her daughter is cheering at a competition. But Chelsea Taylor has been a part of Freedom Living Team for over 4 years, and she joined Isagenix. And our team specifically 4 years ago, she was working at a bank when I met her, and she cried to me telling me that all she wants to do is be a stay-at-home mom. And through Isagenix, she is a stay-at-home mom, and she's really become this incredibly dynamic leader in a lot of different spheres of influence. She's started her own ministry, and there's these beautiful women who are coming into her home. She's sharing with them Isagenix. She's leading with the vision. She's also, really bringing women together to share her heart when it comes to the Lord. And it's been so powerful and impactful. And this week, her husband went consultant and cycled a lot of times, as well as her own business center. And she made over $1,800 this week.
Wow.
To start out her December off strong. So even though she isn't on this call, please take a moment when you get off to go into Freedom Living Team Business and love on her in that chat, because she has been really a consistent, dynamic, and bold leader on this team for 4 years, and we are just so proud of her. So if you have any shout outs of what your team has done this week, please raise your hand. We love celebrating all of you, your work and your accomplishments. They do not go unnoticed and unseen. So please raise your hand. We would love to hear from you. Carson, if you want to unmute your line, we'd love to hear from you and what's going on with your team.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Okay. It just happened like maybe 2 minutes ago, but Brooke hit consultant. I'm not even sure if she's on yet, but she just hit consultant and she's super excited. She is so excited to open the doors for residual income, and she just cannot wait to watch her business grow.
Oh my gosh,
Brooke.
That's amazing.
And you know what I love about celebrating consultants is that consultants is what makes up our compensation plan. So when you help 2 people and they help 2 people and you continue to follow that flow of you plus 2, them plus 2, you can absolutely explode your business. Carson, you are phenomenal, and it has been, James and I talk about you. We talked about you just a couple hours ago of just how much you've grown as a person and as a leader, and how we know that in 2019, everything that you've done over these last 4 to 5 months that you've been a part of Freedom Living Team and Find Your Gold with your incredible leader, Taylor Smith, you are going to see so many people emerge in 2019. And so we are just celebrating you and what you have accomplished and what your team is going through. So congrats. Does anybody else have any shout outs? Lane and Chelsea, let's hear from y'all. If you guys want to unmute your line, we'd love to hear from you.
We just wanted to shout out Sierra Hunt. So she hit consultant on Monday, and she is so consistent with posts, sharing her story, getting me on three-way phone calls. So we are super, super proud of her. If you all don't know her story, then I would encourage you all to find out her story because it's incredible. But she hit consultant, and we know that that's just the beginning for her journey. So we are super proud of her.
Way to go, Sierra.
You know, it's so funny, Sierra. I know you're on the line. Welcome to the team call. Chelsea and we screenshot your post to each other and we say, this woman is amazing, and what you just have such a natural flow and a natural mind when it comes to sharing your heart and your story. And it's just been so wonderful to watch you grow. And you have two incredible leaders in Lane and Chelsea leading you. So congrats. We're so proud of you. Does anybody else you have a shout out?
Well, no, I was just gonna couple what you just said to Sierra. Sierra, one of the things I've noticed about you is that you've just jumped in. You've just said, hey, I'm gonna embody this. This is something that I really believe is changing, is going to continue to change my life and so many other people's lives. And you've just owned it. And I think sometimes people can come into this and they can say, hey, give me a couple months to kind of feel the water and, get used to it. And then I'll decide if I really want to jump in and make this thing happen. And you're just like, I don't necessarily know all the details of before Isagenix, but since starting it, you've just been like, hey, this is it. I'm all in. And like, that's just such a beautiful thing to see, that just your posture towards it. We talked about that last week, your posture towards the business, and you carry it in an amazing way. So congrats to you and the two new people that you are getting started this week. It only gets more fun, I promise, as everybody knows. We have Taylor Smith, I think, wants to give a shout out there. Taylor, I'll let you unmute your line.
Yes. Okay. So I just wanted to quickly shout out. Oh, wow. Hold on. Let my computer settle. Okay. I wanted to quickly shout out two extreme leaders on Find Your Gold's team, and that's Carson Schaefer and Lindsay Francis. This past week, I know it was Cyber Monday, and they both came to me separately and were like, hey, we really want to max out what we can do this week. Let's go. Carson, I think both of them got double PIBs. Pretty sure. And what's so cool and such a testimony to being consistent, I want to shout out Carson specifically for a second, because she has been consistent from the very beginning. As if not everyone knows, she was involved with a couple other network marketing companies before she came to Isagenix. She was looking for something that like Isagenix, but she didn't know that it really existed, something this great. So she has stayed consistent from the beginning, and her first person that she was like, I want this particular person to join, was her sister. And her sister and her are best friends. They did the other network marketing company together, and they both kind of got burned by it. And so Carson led by example with her belief in Isagenix. She is consistent. We see her on the calls every single Sunday night. We see her welcoming every single person on Freedom Living team. She is a consistent leader on this team. And because of that, and she's consistent with her social media, she's consistent with using the nutrition, she's just consistent. And because of that, the seeds that she's planted to people like her sister, where she's prayed for her sister to join, she's spoken truth to her sister, she's spoken belief to her sister's been watching, and her sister has been waiting, her sister Megan has been waiting for the perfect time for her. And because Carson went first, and because Carson didn't give up when her sister says she was going to join, and then she kind of was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it, Carson was like, okay, well, I'm going to be here when you're ready. Because of that, her sister ended up joining. There's a really cool story behind that whole entire scenario, but she is on fire. She's so excited. Carson's making sure that she's going to have an incredible product experience. And both Carson and Lindsay got their NYKO tickets, booked their plane tickets, and we're all getting an Airbnb for NYKO. So I'm so excited. And I just wanted to specifically shout out those two leaders. Lindsay Francis is incredible. Today she texted me And I know that the compensation plan is pretty simple, but there are aspects to it that it takes a little bit of time to kind of understand. And Lindsay was like, "Hey, I have a question for you." She was like, I know I'm on this particular team, but I keep seeing these people on my placement tree. Like, what is that? I was like, yeah, girl, like that's how our compensation works. She's like, oh my gosh, my mind is so blown. So I just wanted to shout them out because they're here. They give themselves grace for not necessarily, knowing everything all at once. It takes a process to learn, but I'm just so incredibly proud to partner with them. And these are the type of people that I want to do business with. So just wanted to shout them out really quickly.
That is amazing. And it really has been so much fun to see the Atlanta women taking off. And Lindsay Francis actually won the Scottsdale Summit that we put on. So she is going to be in Scottsdale at the luxurious Andes Resort and Spa with James and myself, Lane and Chelsea, Joy and Micah, Zach and Eden Slobin and their team members. And we have just a special couple of days directly after NYKO. So if you have not bought your New Year's kickoff ticket, now is the time to buy your tickets. People who come to these events, they leave just absolutely on fire. And if you take the time as leaders to cast that vision for your team members of what getting to an event is going to do for their business and their dreams and their future and their life, they will be more excited and more desirous to make the plans to get on a plane to get there. If you need to get an Airbnb and pack out your Airbnb with your team members, do that. Because the people who show up at the events are the people who make the money. So if you're on this Zoom call because you want to make the money, get to an event. Get to an event, get to an event. So
yeah, we cannot stress that enough, you guys, whatsoever. And everybody that's been to a big corporate event or an event of any size knows that your belief continues to tick up and up and up about every aspect when it comes to Isagenix. And if you've never been to an Isagenix event, let me just go ahead and tell you, they know how to throw a party. They know how to throw an event. It is so great the entire time. And you will leave with your hair on fire and bulletproof. So with that, I have a last announcement, a last shout out of my very own mother, Joni McLeod. She is on the line tonight. And you guys, she has just been so incredibly consistent. And I want to shout her out for a couple of reasons. But one, you guys can help me out, help her out. She is going live tonight after this call, and she's going to go live for 20 minutes. It's the longest she's ever been live before. Is that a little nerve-wracking for anybody? Is that like, wow, that takes a little bit of courage? Well, yeah, she's doing it. She's like, you know what? I'm stepping up. I'm going to go down to my comfort zone and I'm going to do it. And I just think the world of my mom, and what I've seen recently is that she has taken action. Okay, who agrees that you would like to see change in your life in 2019? Show of hands. You would like to see change. Okay, great. The difference between those who want to see change and the people who actually do see change is the action, right? There's people that have been talking for 3 years about these New Year's resolutions that they've always wanted to accomplish, and they've never taken the action to do it. So here, I've just noticed my mom the past couple of months has been so intentional about changing her actions, not necessarily changing her desires, all this stuff, changing her actions, what she shows up and how she shows up and what she does and how she does it. And I'll just say, for those of you guys who've been around her, you can attest to it. If you saw her at Express University, she's just different. If you're noticing her on Facebook, she's presenting herself differently. And I think it's such a huge testament to what is to come in 2019, you guys, because there is such a necessity to adapt. There is such a necessity to adapt. And I know that Facebook Lives are uncomfortable. And I know that posting sometimes just in general on social media can be uncomfortable. But this is where things are changing. And they're not stopping here. They're not stopping at Facebook and Instagram. Trust me, we will be doing a training about other apps and other, bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry, excuse me.
We interrupt the short program for a quick sneeze. There will be a continuous change, and it's our ability to adapt and say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go in. I don't know necessarily what I'm doing or how I'm doing it, but I'm going to show up. I firmly believe, you guys, that a good idea executed on today is far better than a great idea executed next week. I'll say that again. A good idea executed today is far better than a great idea executed next month. Listen, I know that there are things we want to get ready, and there's things that want to get in order. And well, let me just get this. I'll polish this up. Let me get my, social lighter or whatnot. Listen, my mom has just gone for it. And I cannot tell you the number of people that have reached out to me saying, man, your mom is really just like crushing on social media, Facebook. She's showing up. Like she's doing all these lives. Like, I don't know if I could do those lives, but she's doing them. And it's just a testament. If you have something that you want to do and you want to see a change, why not now?
Yeah.
It's December. We're in the last month of 2018, baby. This is it. Where did you think and where did you want to be at the beginning of 2018? Here we are concluding it. We still have an opportunity to make a change and change the actions that you want. So I wanted to give Mom a huge shout out. I know that was a little bit elongated, but I've just seen her consistency over the years and especially over these past couple of months where she says, you know what? I'm just gonna do this thing, and I'm gonna have a lot of fun doing it. And if you guys have seen her lives, you know that they're a lot of fun. So let's tune in and give her some love after this call. But huge kudos to Mom.
And it's been really fun as well because you've seen her mindset has shifted and changed, and her leadership within her organization is changing, and people are merging in her team because she's taking different action steps. And so this past week, I want to talk a little bit about mindset for a second because we are going into the last month of 2018 and we really believe the way that you finish one season is the way that you begin another. And it's specifically in network marketing. The beginning of, January, February, March, April, May are the biggest, most explosive months ever. However, this December, we believe and we see because of the action and the mindset shifts that are changing within this organization and Freedom Living Team, that December is going to be so explosive that January is going to be bigger than anything we could have ever imagined. But this past week, I went out to coffee with the #1 real estate agent in Tennessee. She just came back from New York City where she was filming with Barbara Corcoran, who is on Shark Tank. She's phenomenal. So she's very, very influential in this community. And she makes a lot of money, like millions of dollars that she pockets each year. So she is somebody that I look at and I say, okay, you have achieved a level of success that I desire in my own life. I want to learn from you. I want to glean from you. I want to stop talking and I want to ask questions so that I can become a better leader and take different action steps and see if my mindset's going to change. So I sat in front of her and I said, what do you do to develop leaders? Because you're in the real estate business. It's just like network marketing, except it's a completely different payout. What do you do to develop leaders? And she said, once a week, I get everybody on I have one large meeting, like this Zoom call. And she says, and I speak life into them and I tell them who they are and I cast the vision of what's happening. And I also have somebody that helps them one-on-one change their mindset. Once a week, somebody goes to each person in her team to help them transition and change their mindset. And she looked at me and she said, the skills never change. But when people can change their mindset, their business changes, their income changes, and their entire results change. It has everything to do with mindset. And I just started laughing and she's like, what are you laughing at? I said, because everything that you're saying and she pockets millions of dollars a year. And I said, everything that you're saying is everything that we learn in the Isagenix culture. And so you might hear us talk about mindset a lot. But the truth is that when you do change your mindset, and I'm really, really, really focusing on the podcast For the Love of Money by Chris Harder, who's a company millionaire in Isagenix. He has 15 to 17-minute clips that completely change your mindset about wealth boundaries, money mindset, giving you tangible tools to up-level your life, teaching you about surrounding yourself with people who are going to encourage you to be stronger, to encourage you to dream bigger. And he has really changed my mindset in these last several and handful of weeks. And so if you were on this line tonight, it's because you really do want to have a massive increase in your business, and you show up on these calls, because that's what leaders do. They show up to events, they show up on calls, they do the do, even if they don't feel like doing it. But what we have seen with people who are in this team specifically is that when they focus on changing their mindset and they're constantly putting something in their ear. Taylor Smith is a great example of this. Last week, she had this total flip. She'd been listening to Grant Cardone nonstop. She gives me a call. She said, I'm going for the iPad. I need to enroll 7 people this week. She enrolled 7 people, won the iPad, and she would attest that it had everything to do with her mindset. It had everything to do with the atmosphere and the people that she was surrounding herself with the week that she hit the iPad. And so my encouragement to you tonight is, what are some new action steps that you can take? James just edified his mom so beautifully, but what you didn't and what you haven't seen behind the scenes is the massive action that she has taken to get outside of her comfort zone in changing her mindset. And it's changed her actions, and truthfully, it's changing her cycles, and it's changing her leaders, and it's changing her business. So when you're looking at your mindset and your action steps for this week, what are some of the things that you can change? What are some of the things that you can incorporate? Saying I'm too busy or I don't have enough time, that's just an excuse. You can put things in your ear as you're putting on your makeup in the bathroom or on your way to work. The more that you can fill your mind with uplifting, positive, money motivating, encouraging, building belief, empowering thoughts, that transitions into actions, which can make and will make the biggest difference in this December.
And it's the perfect time of year to do it, right? Because when does everybody start thinking about what they want their life to look like? Next month. They all look, January 1st. Oh, I really got to think about how this year is going to be different. So, we have a month here. And if you really use this time intentionally, you guys, it's more than enough. It's more than enough. We can think that, 12 months goes by in a heartbeat, and it does in a lot of ways. But if you're intentional with the time that you have and the time you're willing to invest in your future when it comes to Isagenix, you really have more than enough time to make this be whatever you want it to be. And so what can happen oftentimes is that we'll get into this place where we go, oh, I don't have enough time. It's too late. It's too late. The year's run out. I can't accomplish everything I want to accomplish. Now, while there might not be all of the time in the world, when it comes to maybe recalibrating, adjusting, reflecting, looking introspectively of saying, hey, this is what I was really speaking out at the beginning of the year. And look at this. I actually accomplished this, this, and this. And I wasn't giving myself credit for it. I was kind of downplaying my goals that I said that I wanted to hit. Or you can look at it and say, you know what, there's actually some areas that I said I really wanted to show up in, and I feel like I had more left in the tank. And I really didn't give it everything I had, which makes me even more excited for 2019, because I know that I'm capable of more than I really showed up in with 2018. You guys, there's a sweet season here. It's winter time. The plants are going dormant. There's animals that are hibernating. They're getting ready for spring, and there's going to be a newness that comes out. But the newness that comes out in your business in 2019 will be because of the seeds that you sow right here and right now. You sow in the ground, you sow in yourself, you sow in your community, you sow in your relationships. And you have heard us say that time and time again, you guys, because it is a principle. It's not an opinion. It's something that, you see it in the Home Goods on a little a sign. This is a principle that what you are going to sow right now, you will reap here when in the months to come. And so instead of maybe taking this time and be like, well, it's just a down season. I did a live this past week about the stories that we tell ourselves every single day. And that one variable, that one thing of your internal voice will be the make or break for your business. Oh, there's not enough contacts. Oh, I don't have enough experience. Oh, people don't take me seriously. I'm too young. I'm too old. I use social media too much. I don't use social media too much. I don't have a good enough transformation. I haven't made enough money yet. All of these stories, you guys, will dictate your activity. It will dictate your posture when it comes to how you communicate with people and how you continuously show up. No, I'm going to get on these Sunday calls because I will be an Isagenix millionaire, and my family is worth it. My future is worth this. I see this being a 5 to 7 to 10 year investment for a foundation of generational wealth that in any other capacity I wouldn't be able to transition or give to my future family. There's no other place that I could give wealth like this and freedom like this and growth like this in any other profession.
Right.
This is why I'm showing up every single Sunday. And so use, those stories. This is the time of year I really believe this month, you guys, can be such a rich month. And it is going to be a rich month because I believe that there's so much joy, there's gratefulness, there's thankfulness, there's all these beautiful things. And when you tie that intentionally into your business, the conversations and the activity that you take finishing 2018 and into 2019, it will put you leagues ahead of where you would be otherwise.
Yeah, and this is why James and I booked a plane ticket to go to San Antonio, because we see the fire that's happening within the leaders in San Antonio. We see the desire and the eagerness and the hunger. They're on the Zoom calls, they're doing the action, they're enrolling people, they're helping their people enroll people. And we said, we've got to be by the fire. We've got to get there. We want to build that leadership development inside the San Antonio team. I do believe that Jamie Lynn Wallnow will be a six-figure earner in Isagenix. Her team is incredible. Tori Alford, who is a beautiful girl that Jamie Lynn enrolled, and they've linked arms together. We know that they are going to do this. And so we are excited about this upcoming season. And we have some very special things in store for you guys in 2019, and the vision that we see for this team, the leaders who are emerging, the money that is going to flow through your bank accounts. We see, we really do. We see this cap being released that you can have more than what you ever could have dreamed of. And so we are for you. We're excited about this. And there are going to be more details to come of what you can look forward to in 2019. But with this incredible month, creatively thinking, you can use the stocking stuffers and the gift exchanges and the beautiful holiday parties that you're going to utilize Isagenix and the products that we have as gorgeous stocking stuffers, as great conversation starters. And so, guys, we're for you. We're excited about your mindset shifting and changing and the action steps that you're taking. And we really are extremely proud of all of you for showing up in a huge way in this world.
Last thing I'll say, I think it was really good, babe, what you just said. Stay by the fire. There have been so many new people enrolled on Freedom Living Team this last week, guys. You know how many new shape days, how many new cleansers, how many new results that we have, the excitement, that's a fire right there. You go stay by that fire, you go cultivate that fire, that's going to turn into a bonfire. It's going to turn into a blaze. If there's somebody in your organization that wants this, are you showing up for them? Are you going to that fire and helping them pour gas on it and showing them the ropes? That's what this is all about. So stay by the fire. We are so excited. I'm going to go hop on my mom's Facebook for a couple minutes, give her some love. We love you guys. We are so thrilled about what is happening. We're excited to be in San Antonio tomorrow, and we'll see you guys on this call, same time next week.
Bye,
see you
guys.
guys.